Hi, I'm Andrew Fleming. I'm a reporter with the Vancouver Courier, and I'm sitting here today with Michael Kissinger. We are now halfway through our neighborhood series, and Michael here has been shooting a number of videos for every different neighborhood we're profiling over every 2 weeks. The most recent one is Dunbar Southlands, and Michael here had the fine experience, you might call it a hair-raising experience, of visiting a rabbit agility farm. What can you tell us about it, Michael?
Well, it's not a farm per se, but it's the Vancouver Rabbit Agility Club. And what they do is they set up obstacle courses for their bunnies to run around and jump through hoops, jump over jumps, and do all sorts of fun stuff for themselves as well as the public.
Now, you say it's not a farm, so the idea is not to keep them sort of limber and energized so they make for a tasty meal afterwards?
No, these are very beloved rabbits. A lot of them come from Vancouver Rabbit Rescue. They are pets of the owners, and they just feel that rabbits are best enjoyed when they're allowed to run free and not just be in a cage. It makes for some very entertaining video.
I suppose the rabbits themselves might argue that rabbits are meant not only to not be in cages, but also not to be in people's houses and just sort of hopping around being bunny rabbits. Would you agree with that assessment?
Well, as Olga Betts, one of the main figures and organizers of the Rabbit Agility Club, says that that rabbits have a lot in common with horses. You can't train them through treats, but you train them through basically urging them to go through these courses. Rabbits also share similar digestive problems with horses, as well as they have sometimes teeth problems where their teeth have to be filed down. I think getting the rabbits to run around is somewhat enjoyable for the rabbits. It beats sitting around chewing on carrots.
I think we'd all agree that it would beat that. Well, let's watch the video and take a look. Thanks.
Olga Betts, and we're on my front lawn, and we're practicing rabbit agility.
Jag är trött på dig, på ditt vackra smil, trött på kyss och kram, på din röda bil. Tänk jag känner mig som kassörskan gör när någon vill ha förskott i ett kör.
We run the rabbits through their courses, and people watch and enjoy the show. It's kind of like Super Dog show, only not quite as noisy. Rabbits are nice and quiet. We started it because we wanted to show that rabbits aren't just things that sit in cages. And I run Vancouver Rabbit Rescue and Advocacy, so it was kind of a natural thing. We use some of the bunnies from the shelter, and some people have their own bunnies. It's more similar to a horse probably than a dog, because dogs do agility. But they generally do things for treats and are very excitable, whereas horses and rabbits do it because they've learned and because they know what you want them to do, because you could not make a horse or a rabbit jump if it didn't want to. Horses can't vomit or burp, and neither can rabbits, so they can't bring up blockages or gas. And both horses and rabbits can die from those conditions. And they have similar teeth. Rabbits' teeth often will need grinding down their molars as they get older, or sometimes they're born with bad teeth. But horses are similar that way, so they're kind of like little horses. There was one on the web that was doing, what did they call that, where they run up the wall and jump onto the shelf? You remember that rabbit on the web that did that? It was astounding. The shelf was up a good 10 feet or so. Yeah, and it just like they do in those like ninja movies, right? It ran up the wall and on the shelf, and I didn't know rabbits could do that. If you actually get a rabbit and get to know it and really live with a rabbit, you will be amazed. Because so many people just get them and put them in a cage, and they don't really do very much with them. They just either look at them or throw the food in there, or maybe they let them out to run a bit, but they don't pay much attention to them. But they're amazing little critters, they really are.
Jag är trött på dig, på ditt vackra smil, trött på kyss.